Hey guys, it's Anna and welcome to my channel. Today, I am giving you a list of fragrances that are going to make you smell rich, elegant, expensive. These really just scream wealth to me. Like, you wear these and there will not be a single doubt in people's minds. You do indeed smell well off. The first one being Nishane Ani. And I know, okay, I know. I'm late to the game with this one. This was actually one of the first niche fragrances that I ever tested. And I thought this was a masterpiece from the very beginning. I was blown away by this scent. But at the time, it was too ambery for me. And recently, I found myself thinking about this fragrance. I found myself craving the smell. So I'm like, you know what? Let's revisit that. This is a gorgeous unisex, vanilla, spicy, ambery, woody fragrance. It has a lot of character to it. It has a lot of punch. You really only do need like the small bottle size of this, okay? This is one of the strongest fragrances. This is an extrait de parfum and it fills a space. It projects. It lasts forever. Just impeccable performance across the board. Yes, the day that I decided to revisit this, I wore this and I got several compliments, as I should. If you're not into spicy or amber fragrances, I don't think this is gonna be for you. Please make sure with this one that you sample it first because it can be polarizing. There is a prominent ginger note in here, which I freaking love. I think it adds such a cool, unique character to a fragrance. It gives it edge. I love it, but it's not a note for everyone. So make sure you sample this first. Do not be blind by it. I don't want to hear it. Be responsible. And there is this added burst of bright zestiness from the bergamot as well. There's pink pepper, adding to that spice. Cardamom, which is one of my favorite notes. That note is just magic in perfumery, frankly. It's an incredibly warm, enveloping scent. For myself personally, I think I get a lot more of that benzoin than others do. It really does have a heavy, ambery, balsamic, resinous quality to me. Cozy, woody notes, and then I get a touch of patchouli in the base. My boyfriend really loves this scent as well. This makes me think of your cool, rich, okay? That's a prerequisite here, obviously, for this video. Aunt or uncle who is coming to visit during the holiday season, you know, fall and winter, because it's definitely giving that like spiced, cozy, warm vibe. Incredibly well dressed. They just roll into town and everyone's just like, who are they? And they are fun. Carefree, spontaneous. They have such a charismatic energy about them. They want to treat you. They want to experience things with you. It's suave, cool, intoxicating. You're going to be walking out of this experience a whole new person. Next up is Maison Crivelli Iris Malikhan. I have been wearing this one a lot lately. I cannot get enough of it. It is gorgeous. And when I wear this, I immediately feel confident. I feel untouchable. I walk a bit taller, you know? Like, don't try me. I'm simply not the one. I feel like a badass when I wear this. It is such a unique scent. This is like the epitome of niche. It smells wealthy, professional, intelligent, confident, and powerful. I'm never gonna get through this bottle. If I do, Lord willing, I will probably be around 70 years old because it is that strong. You do not need a lot of this. This is another scent that you absolutely need to sample first. This is going to be a big love, like blow your mind love, or just flat out hate kind of fragrance. So make sure you sample this. This one is definitely the most polarizing scent in today's list, I would say. This is I'm Wealthy, and I like to use my money to experience, to learn, to travel. This person is very well read. They love to learn, they're highly intelligent, and they seem to just know everything because they take it upon themselves to know everything. They're very confident in themselves. They're not seeking validation from anyone. They're quite minimalistic. They don't care to spend their money on a bunch of stuff. They would rather spend that experiencing new things, traveling the world, exercising their mind. I don't know, this is the kind of person that comes to mind with this one. This is a very earthy fragrance. There is a wood chip or wood shaving vibe in this scent. I can pick up on the cypress and the galbanum, usually a note I loathe, but it is so smooth in here. Like, it's definitely adding this, you know, earthy herbal quality to the scent, but yeah, usually I hate it. Like, somehow it works. The leather is extremely smooth, not animalic at all. This is very dense and powdery in nature from the orris root. And the vanilla is creamy, blending in beautifully with these other notes. It's not sugary, it doesn't smell edible. And the longer this sits on your skin, the more the notes are kind of just going to meld together, mellow out. The vanilla is going to warm up, amplify, and there almost is like a slight white chocolate experience in the dry down. A very special unisex fragrance. Next up is EBK Ruby and Vanilla Intense, and the bottle alone is like, hello. It looks like a gem. You know what I've just realized is that all of the fragrances that I'm going to be covering in this video have excellent performance, longevity, sillage, projection, everything. So to not be redundant, I'm just saying like literally every single fragrance here, amazing. And EBK in particular is a house that is just like known for their performance. Just everything across the board is beast mode, except for their Moonstone and Tuberose. That one acts more like your standard fragrance performance. This is another beautiful amber vanilla scent. I find that amber in particular is just a note that smells very expensive. It just smells put together, posh. And this is a beautiful, sparkling vanilla amber. There's a mandarin note in here, which provides almost like a slight champagne-like uplifting quality to the scent. And that note in particular definitely differentiates this amber vanilla from other amber vanillas. There's patchouli and gaiac wood in the base. When I smell this fragrance, I think of walking on a red carpet in an extravagant gown. This is also unisex, by the way. And you know how with these fancy events, designers will then work with people to collaborate on their outfit, their jewelry, all of that? Yeah, I pictured the Titanic heart necklace, but red. And that's what you're wearing for this event. But you are not just borrowing this for the event, for the pictures. No. You decide at the end of the evening, I love this necklace so much, I'm gonna buy it. And you can. This smells like velvet and rubies. I don't know if that helps you, since those things don't have a smell, but. Next up, we have Parfum de Marly Delina Exclusive. I will forever have this in my collection. I don't care how popular it gets. Also, for the record, I have never smelled, at least that I can recall, Delina or any of its flankers in public before. I'm sure that's different in big cities where perfume is more popular, but when I wear this, I'm simply a vision. And honestly, even if I did live somewhere where everyone was wearing this, I would continue to be said vision. Look at this freaking bottle. Like, this truly looks like French royalty. This does indeed smell like royalty, but this is a very dynamic fragrance. This suits so many different occasions and personalities. It pulls me in a lot of different directions because on the one hand, it feels very put together, feminine, classy, sophisticated. But then there's a playful, young side to it as well from the lychee, like that tropical, fresh, juicy, exotic burst of fruit. And then you have this creamy, like pear puree. And it also has a sensual side, you know? Like, it's just sexy and enticing. So it's almost like I picture this princess or queen. She's born into royalty, of course, and she's expected to behave a certain way and present herself a certain way, and yet she has these other sides to her. So I definitely think this is a staple in any woman's collection. I'm usually not a fan of how it's done, but every once in a while I really fall in love with a rose scent, and this is definitely one of my favorite rose scents. So if you're not usually a fan of the note, I would recommend getting a sample. This might surprise you. This is not your mature rose, dry, dark, dusty, or spicy, anything like that. It really is such a special scent. And then there's just this blanket of creamy, powdery vanilla laying on top of all of this. It's stunning. There's a little bit of incense in here, not too much, but it is adding to that exotic feel. And in the base, we do have wood and amber. So there is a warmth to the scent, and it is grounding it in that way. Next up, an affordable option, Orientica Oud Saffron. And this is going to smell similar to Lancome Oud Bouquet, but I actually much prefer this fragrance. There were just things that I wanted to tweak with Oud Bouquet, and this is just like the perfect version of that DNA. It's interesting because we have two contradicting sides to this fragrance. The oud brings it down, gives it richness, depth, like a darkness, and then the saffron lifts it up, brings an airiness, a sweetness, adds to the exotic tone. We have other spices listed. There's vanilla bringing in this like syrupy, smooth sweetness. This smells incredibly special occasion to me, and truly like generational wealth, like old money. It's a beautiful regal fragrance with a modern Middle Eastern feel, and this is gorgeous on both men and women. For the ladies, Fragrance du Bois Oud Jaune Intense. If you are looking for a warm weather scent, like a tropical floral scent that is going to smell unlike any other tropical floral fragrance you've ever put your nose on, that is this right here. Honestly, the notes don't do it justice. It is so freakishly well blended. It smells like this luxurious golden bronzed body oil, and you are living your best life, like going somewhere fancy, tropical vacation. It's very creamy. There's a density to this fragrance, so I personally wouldn't recommend wearing this in hot weather, but this scent just really meshes beautifully with your skin with some warmth. Stunning. You experience a blast of tiare flower in here, but this is not like your typical tiare flower scent. There is no trace of like a sunscreen quality in here, not at all. We also have a blast of ylang ylang, which is also very tropical, warm. I feel like how this smells, it like is the color of the juice. There's fruity notes, but it does not smell like playful fruity or juvenile fruity. This is like grown woman goddess. You're getting that whole picture of like this bronzed babe like walking out of the ocean with like water glistening down her body, and she just looks like an image of perfection, and your mind just kind of goes blank in that moment looking at this human. That's Oud Jaune Intense. And there is a touch of vanilla to bring in like a natural hint of sweetness, a beautiful little bit of musk. This is a very expensive fragrance. I'm just gonna be real. So what I would recommend is look for a sale. I have a discount code on a 10 for Twisted Lily if you want to use that, or you can keep an eye out on Max Aroma. They will often have sales, like sign up for their sale messages, and they will often run them for select brands. And I got mine for a pretty good deal on there. So keep your eye out. And the same goes for this one. This next one I'm gonna show you, another expensive fragrance. I loved this scent, and I would have bought it right away if it hadn't been so expensive. But because Max Aroma had such a good deal, I was able to get it. So just be patient. Don't get it full price. You can get it cheaper. And that is Byredo Vanille Antique. And this name is just perfect for this scent. This is giving like dark academia, dark romance. It smells boozy. It's not listed, but I get this like boozy, dark, juicy plum. And plum is usually not for me in fragrances. It's not my thing, but it's not too loud in here. But it does add, like I said, this juicy, syrupy booze undertone, which is really sexy in this scent. And I love this choice of antique on here because it does have this aged wood, aged books. There's this history and like romance wrapped up in it all. The vanilla to me smells thinner in comparison to other vanillas. It isn't sugary vanilla, it isn't gourmand like pastry edible. And although this scent definitely has a richness to it, it doesn't feel heavy, and those warm resins just pair so beautifully together. And I have to quote my friend Inez, Aromas and Aesthetics, on Instagram. She said, "There is a resinous and slightly sticky tobacco feel, like the aftermath of a day-old wooden pipe." Could not have said it better. I had already tested this fragrance a while ago when I did my Byredo house review, but she has posted about this several times and just kept popping up on my feed, and I'm like, that was a good one. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna look for a deal. And I'm so glad I did because I love this gorgeous unisex fragrance. Eric loves this as well. This is an extrait de parfum concentration, so if you had issues in the past with other Byredo scents, this will not, performance will not be an issue with this. Going back real quick to Aromas and Aesthetics, if you are to follow one fragrance Instagram account, let it be hers. By far, like without question, my favorite creator on Instagram when it comes to fragrance. She is so unbelievably talented. She is the shadow queen. What she can do with the camera, I don't understand how someone could be this talented and they just have this like perfectly curated visionary eye. Everything she touches, everything she does looks beautiful. Everything she does looks dreamy, romantic, cool, edgy, seductive, clean. Like, she's amazing. Not only is her photography fantastic, she is a writer. She's a poet. Her descriptions of fragrances are beautiful. She's very engaging with her audience, and she is so unbelievably kind and supportive. Please do yourself a favor and follow her. I seriously think it's only a matter of time before she blows up. I think she's seriously going to make a big name for herself. I'm obsessed with her, and I just had to share. Another feminine recommendation is Armani Prive Rouge Malachite. And this is by far my favorite tuberose fragrance. Tuberose is usually a miss for me. It's usually not my thing. When I think of elegant, floral, feminine fragrances, this has got to be the number one fragrance that pops in my mind. It smells white. It smells bridal. So even if you are usually not into the note, I urge you to try it. This is so warm, creamy, enveloping. It's insane for the men. I will tell you, whenever I wear this, like, men go crazy. The Ylang Ylang is adding to that creamy factor. We have cashmere, and it's smooth. It grounds it a bit. And then there is a prominent, warm amber base. And I will note that in the opening, you do experience some spiciness from the pink pepper. There's a touch of an aromatic quality from the sage, and I think that those definitely help to give it a unique factor. Just breathtakingly beautiful and so wildly elegant. The last two I love to smell on a man. They are marketed as unisex though. Some women love to wear these as well. They are a little too masculine for my taste personally, but MFK Grand Soir. This is like seriously one of the best possible ambers you could get. It is so likable, so smooth. Like, this is not so like overbearingly dark or heavy or spicy or too much. I really enjoy amber incense, but it does have to be done a certain way. And this is just beautifully resinous, and it has this cashmere like elegant soft quality to the scent. A beautiful vanilla and tonka bean, a touch of a lavender to ground it a little bit. It is so like mind-blowingly sexy, and it just smells like a man who is clean, put together. He has money, he's wearing a suit, like he is truly looking like his best self. Like, hot damn. So smooth. Like, whether this be for formal occasions, date night, you want to be seductive, or like business, you want to be taken seriously, it's just a fantastic fragrance for all those things. And if you're layering, this can make a great layering scent as well, because it's not too complex. There aren't a lot of notes in here, but they're just done perfectly. There's definitely enough to make an impact, but this could make a great scent to pair with other scent profiles. And the last one is Xerjoff Naxos. Under my layering video, I saw a couple of recommendations of what to layer with this, so I'm gonna have to try that to make it a little bit more feminine leaning for me. I truly need to try that, because oh my word, is this sexy. One of the sexiest scents you could have. One of the best tobacco scents you could have. The blend here is just unbelievably phenomenal. The honey note in particular, like, kudos to them, because that usually dominates a scent. It takes over, not into it. And here, it just makes it smooth. Like, you just want to drool. Like, this jaw-dropping, like, what am I experiencing right now? It's also perfectly blended. The tobacco, the tonka bean, the vanilla, a bit of spice from the cinnamon. I definitely see that cashmerean bringing in that suave quality. When you first smell this, this is gonna be a blast of lavender. So if lavender is not for you, like, that's a hard no, this scent may not be for you. But honestly, before I smelled this, I was one of those people. I was like, not for me. But I waited, because I was enticed. And after a couple minutes, that definitely mellows down. It sticks around, but there is gonna be a blast of it in the beginning. So just let it sit, do its thing, give it a proper wear test, because this is a very dynamic, dimensional scent. And it truly gets more addictive, more warm, more seductive as time goes on. It smells like a man where, like, you're intimidated by them because they're so attractive, smart, put together, he's got money, and you're trying to play it cool, but you're having a hard time. However, the more time goes on, you let loose a little. You start to get more comfortable, and then literally all you can think about is just burying your face in his chest. So not only is he all those things, but he's very sweet and comforting. He gives the best hugs. So that wraps up my list for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I would love to know, what suggestions do you have for this category? Drop them down below. If you enjoyed, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't already. If you want to see me in any more videos, I'd appreciate it so, so much. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.